Good morning, my name's Mapson Bone. I'm the Managing Director for Beaumont Consulting. Welcome today to our second instalment of my blog, Live, Learn, Love What You Do. Today's blog is all about don't wish for it, work for it. You may have heard of the 10,000 hours idea. It's a concept popularised by Anders Ericsson of the University of Colorado, back in 1993, and was extended on further by the book The Outliers. It's an idea that if you put 10,000 hours into anything, you'll become an expert at it. It's much debated. There's lots of disagreement and agreement around whether it's the right theory. And I don't know, I'm not an academic, but what I do know and what I have observed is that those people that work harder generally do better. I'm not saying that means that there aren't people out there that coast through and do really well. And I'm not saying that there aren't people out there that work really hard that maybe don't do as well as others. What I am saying is that working hard will make your great talent brilliant, your good talent great, and your average talent good. And it's working hard that really does make a difference in people reaching their potential. But I would break that down into three types of working hard. I don't think it's just about the sheer hours that you put in. For me, the first piece is the physical work, and that is the number of hours, the number of repetitions, the number of things that you do. For us in our business, it's all about people. So for us, it's about how many people do you speak to, how many people do you meet, whether that be candidate interviews or client meetings, how often and how frequently do you repeat those activities. And that's why a lot of organisations have KPIs and quite set KPIs, and there's lots of debate about whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. But what I believe is that if you manage yourself and you set yourself your own stretch KPIs around the number of physical repeats of activities that will make a difference to your business, you will achieve more in the long run. But that's just one piece of the working hard puzzle. The second piece is the mental work. The mental work is all about technically, how good are you? Technically, do you do what you do very well? There is always room to learn. There's always somebody that does it better. And so working hard from a mental perspective is about taking every opportunity to attend every single training course you can, every opportunity to, when you've been doing an activity, to ask those of you that were with you, what did we do well, what could we have done better, and don't be afraid to ask for feedback, and make it okay for people more junior than you to give you feedback. Chances are they're the ones that have most recently been through a training program or a course and might have ideas fresh in their head. Chances are if you've been doing things for a long time, you might have fallen into some bad habits, and there might be ways that you can do to improve what you're doing. I know whenever I run a training course, it refreshes me of all the things that I know I should be doing that I'm not actually doing. So that mental work, what can you technically do to get better? Really important in this day and age, as things are changing so rapidly with technology advancing. We have to stay on top of what we're doing from a mental perspective. And the final piece is the emotional work. And by emotional work, I mean your attitude. I'm sure a number of you are into self-help or have read up on various books in this area or been on courses. And I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a counsellor, and I don't believe anybody can tell you how you should feel. But what I have observed is that those people that are in better control of their emotions, those people that are better able to carry on when the chips are down, they're better able to keep going when they're maybe struggling or not getting the outcomes that they want to, or those people that don't let their inner monologue get to them. I'm sure we all have times when our voices are saying, I'm not feeling motivated today, or I'm too nervous to make that phone call, or there's a difficult conversation I don't want to have. But it's the people that bite the bullet and do it anyway, and that are able to not let those emotions control them, that I see do better. And I believe that's a type of work. I believe that's something you need to work hard at. And I think it's something that if you practice, you get better and better at it. And when I see really, really top performers, they almost always work hard physically, mentally, and emotionally. If you think about some of the people at the top of their game, be it politicians, Angela Merkel, sports people, Serena Williams, or business people, Bill Gates, you would imagine that they are people that are absolutely hard workers on both a physical, mental, and emotional perspective. So I always encourage myself and the team I work with to try and keep going in those three areas and not worry too much about the results, because the hard work is what will make it happen. Thanks very much. I look forward to welcoming you to my next blog, which will be coming soon.